3C roulette, baby. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, live from the Toyota Lounge, powered by your Front Range Toyota dealerships and presented by Bet365. We've got AJ, we've got Bailey, we've got Rudo. We're going to be building the Avs trade deadline board, which 8 hours ago was a lot more eclectic with defensemen and forwards, and then the Avs traded for Brett Kulak this morning. If you want more info on Kulak, we did do an emergency pod. Highly recommend you go watch that after this show. But given that move, our boards have now shifted a lot more towards the forward side. I'm sure we likely have some 7th Ds that we're going to talk about on the list as well. But, Bailey, you weren't on the emergency pod since you had to be at practice. Initial thoughts on the Kulak move?
It's not my favorite, but I understand. And I don't know. The more I've kind of thought about it, I like it given we talk so much about the roles of different guys on this podcast, and the role that was handed to Samuel Girard was just not being fulfilled, or at least not to the level at which we expect him to fulfill it, given, you know, his tenure with the Avs, the trust that he had in Bednar, just wasn't really doing it anymore. And I think as far as those roles go, you're not expecting Kulak to put up a ton of numbers, but two-way play. He's going to provide a lot more defensive stability on that blue line than Samuel Girard has been able to do in the last year or two. And I think that's huge. If Kulak can go out and do that and fit into the system and assimilate well enough, this trade looks a little better to me. I just don't like the idea of seeing the Avs give up an asset in this trade. That's the one part that still kind of stings for me, I think.
Price was high, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Is what it is on that front. But with Kulak, we don't have to get into fit all that. Again, we talked about that in the emergency pod. Go watch that. Highly recommend. Also, AJ's piece on the trade is out as well, I believe.
It is.
Go read that if you want to become a diehard. By the way, we have a diehard sale going on right now. You can go become a diehard, get access to all of AJ and Bailey's written content. Highly recommend. I think we have a couple of roundtables out as of recent as well. So lots of good stuff there leading up to the trade deadline. And it helps support us, which I do like my job. I would like to continue doing it and getting paid for it. So consider supporting us.
My job.
Bunch of cool stuff you get with it. A free t-shirt with your membership, discounts at the bar, access to the Discord, all that good stuff. So yeah, help support us. And we can jump in to our trade board, which the bottom end of this trade board is going to be a bunch of guys, I suspect.
A bunch of guys.
No, straight up, I think 11 through 20, you could just put Jag.
Yeah.
And we would be good.
I think that's accurate for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though. I put a couple of fun guys in my bottom 10 that aren't going to happen, but I think would be fun. You know?
No.
I put a bunch of boring guys in the bottom of mine that also probably won't happen, but it'll be like, at least I was on planet Earth.
I also put some of those, you know, some of A, some of B. AJ, do you want to start us off? I know you've been in the weeds with these draft boards for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, my board originally had 40 names on it, then I curated it to 30, but 12 of those were defensemen.
Yeah.
And they were like, it was like the Marcus Petterssons, Brett Kulak was on it, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Like now I had 45 minutes to redo my board once I got done writing my piece. So this has been a stressful day, but I do have a defenseman at 20 on the bottom of my board. I've got Adam Wilsby from Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the reaction that I thought I was going to get. Basically, he's cheap. He's 25 years old. The biggest thing was I avoided all right-handed defensemen. They just don't need one. If one of them gets hurt, they've got an extra one already in their six. They're fine. So I avoided all right-handers, which meant that I left a couple of guys that I liked off of my list. But I like Wilsby. He's more of a puck mover than a defender, but I think he's sneaky good in that 7 spot, and he's a guy that I could trust.
Sure. I'm good with that. I looked at Nashville, and the only guy I would have really had fun with was Blankenberg, but just not a guy the Avs needed at all. No. So I kind of moved on from Nashville's defense.
I really like Blankenberg, just as that like Nick Seeler type, like that. Yeah. That he's kind of eats nails for breakfast type of guy. That's my jam. I like guys like that.
He's also a 5'9" offensively minded defenseman, which was not the task for a number 7. You just go with Jack Sean if that's what you want.
It's like the last thing that they needed in the world.
All right. My number 20 was me having fun, and I put Claude Giroux.
I wondered how I felt about Giroux. The opening up the extra cap space today with the deal meant that I wondered if they could just go after a guy like this. We know that he loves Ottawa. He lives in Ottawa. But he's purely a winger these days, but he's still really good at faceoffs, which is kind of a fun combination. And he wouldn't have to be a top 6 guy for the Avalanche. And if Ottawa falls far enough out of it, which at the moment
pretty much are, yeah.
Yeah. Then I like the idea of Claude Giroux. I'm a bigger fan of Claude Giroux than Adam Wilsby, just because we're trying to get people to read our trade board, and I don't need,
Look, I think it would be fun. We know it's a guy the Avs have been interested in the past. He's still really good at things like faceoffs, even if he doesn't really play center anymore. The problem being, we know Claude Giroux likes Ottawa, and we know he likes being on the East Coast. So I don't know that Colorado is a place he would actually end up.
It's going to take a very, very large window for that to be any sort of convincing factor.
Bailey, do you have a number 20?
Oh, God.
Are we that deep?
No. No. I will be completely honest in saying that my list changed.
Yeah,
a lot from this morning.
I wonder why.
Yeah, a lot going on. So I don't know as though I was very prepared for a 20, or
really
at least
in
I'm
the
not.
Media room at practice, going, "Oh God,
oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God." So yeah, you guys are going to be pulling a little bit of weight here for at least the first couple.
That's understandable. We all know all the big conversations are at the top. So you want Claude Giroux ahead of Wilsby?
Yeah, I'm good with putting Claude Giroux at 20 just for fun.
Okay.
It's fine. Somebody
that's
throws
where
a
I
huge
had it.
There we go. All right.
You'll get no complaints from me.
Yeah.
My 19 through 15 has a bunch of right-handed D, so if you want to put those on there, we can. If you're adamant that you don't want the Avs to go get another righty, we can go off your list, AJ.
Well, my list, my 3 of my next 4 are left-handed defensemen who are all 7s, and
I have a bunch of 7D as well. The only one I would really have interest on wanting to get on the list is Troy Stetcher.
Okay. I'm not going to fight you on Troy Stetcher just because he's been really effective in that role for Toronto this year.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've always really liked him, so I'm like, Troy Stetcher love. That sounds fun. Where do you have Stetcher?
I had him at 17, I think. Let me double check.
17, Troy Stetcher. I'm not going to fight
17. You. All right. So who do you have on your lefty side then?
My 19, I've got Joel Hanley. He's a lefty out of Calgary. Very effective defensive defenseman. The problem is very limited. And 1.75 signed for this year and next, which is a little rich for a 7. But steady, reliable, veteran presence. Just not a guy that's going to move the needle. Way too expensive for what he is currently, but they opened up the cap space, and I kind of went, great, I'm going to use it. I'm going to overspend on a 7.
Sure.
Yeah.
No problems with that. Non-offensive left-handed D as a 7. Name
if
one, and I'm fine with that at the bottom of the list. Yeah.
Because regarding it, or I guess taking injury out of the equation, like, I mean, how much are we really looking for effectiveness?
Yeah, you're looking for a guy that can plug a hole if you need to, right? Nothing more than that.
Very true. I mean, I think that's a big part of it, that you're not asking this guy to be on your second pairing. You're asking that of you now have 2 second pairings with Brett Kulak and Sam Malinsky as your third pairing. That is, you trust those guys to move up in your lineup if you have an injury, and then your third pairing is going to get a lot better production if you can, a lot better reliability, not production. Sorry, if you have a guy like a Joel Hanley as your 7 versus the Jack of Sean Keaton Middletons, who are not good enough for that job. They cannot. Do not trust them in that job right now.
No, I go out and I think of Eric Johnson, who was a feel-good trade for last year, and if he needs to enter the lineup, like, he's going to provide maybe something that wasn't in your lineup before that injury, but like, he's serviceable.
There's
there's
a hard ceiling there.
Right.
For sure. AJ, I know you have a couple of other lefties to get to here, but I have to bring up one of our favorites. Ville Heinola?
Summer conversation, buddy. That's
fair enough.
He is part of our summer conversation, which Ville Heinola and Hendrix Lapierre are, and frankly, Adam Wilsby, all guys that I want the Avalanche to have conversations about for summer reclamation project types. Those are all really good fits for that. But you don't make that move at the deadline. You're trying to get a guy that you trust in the postseason. Right now, you don't trust Ville Heinola in the NHL.
Fair enough.
Fair.
All right. Who's next on your list?
Next on my list, I have Matthew Robertson of the New York Rangers. He's big, very rangy, not physical at all. More of an offensive guy than a defensive guy. But I like the size. I like the goal scoring. I like the upside. I like that he is hella cheap. I don't know that the Rangers, those are all good reasons for the Rangers to not entertain it, but right now they should just be selling for selling's sake.
I mean, let's be honest, they need to blow it up.
Yeah, but I really like Robertson. He's 24, signed at $775 for this year and next. That probably keeps him from being a realistic option, but that's why he's 18 and not 8 on my list.
Fair enough.
I like the player a lot.
Good with that. Matthew Robertson at 18, Troy Stecher at 17. How many more D you got on the list?
Next one, my next one's actually a forward, but I have 3 Rangers in a row.
Wow. That's believable given how much they should be selling.
I was going to say, Chris Drury's probably foaming at the mouth there.
Yeah. He loves my trade board. He's all about it. Next defenseman on my list, I have Urho Vakanainen. Like Joel Hanley, he's signed. He's 27, $1.55 million for this year and next. So again, you're talking about a steady defender. What I like is that he's got decent feet, and I think there's a little more upside into his game than we've actually seen. So he's just kind of like a safe, steady, reliable option. He's bounced around a little bit. I don't care about the first round pedigree. That was a really long time ago. He's just solid. I think he's carved out a nice little role here as like a good bottom pairing guy. And again, Vakanainen, same thing as Robertson. He's cheap. He's reliable. He's at the bottom of their defense. He wouldn't fetch a whole lot in return. So I don't know why the Rangers would do this. And also, he's expensive for a 7. Yeah. It would be expensive for a 7. But fits their style well. And if they're not able to keep Brett Kulak, he's a guy that could go in on your third pairing alongside Sam Malinsky next season.
Sure.
And so that you're not having to chase all summer. So that would be a big upside for me on him.
We do have to take a break here in a second, but we can go really quick. Give me your short answers. Is this trade deadline for the Avs entirely about being all in, or how much are they thinking about the offseason in the future?
98% all in.
Yeah. I think when looking at asset management, aside from like player and prospect management, that's what's evident to me, is that window for right now is very, very, very open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Push it while you can push it. We are going to take that first break and shout out a few of our sponsors, so let's hear from them, and then we'll dig further into the board. Hey athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who loves to move. For those experiencing any sports injury or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. This team of qualified and passionate providers specializes in the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of sports-related injury for all athletes, even including your Denver Broncos players. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. This isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak conditions safely and quickly. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more information, you can visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health is the official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Again, head to mountain.commonspirit.org for more information and to get yourself all feeling great. Once you've taken care of your health, treat yourself to a fantastic dinner at STK Steakhouse. They have happy hours at $3, $6, and $9 from 2:30 to 6:30 on Sunday through Thursday, as well as 9 p.m. to close, and then also 2:30 to 5:30 on Friday and Saturday. They're open late after game days, so if you enjoy an Avalanche or a Nuggets game, you can go over to STK to get yourself a delicious meal. And on steak nights, they have a 3-course meal plus a glass of wine for $69 per person if you want to get in on a great price. They also have seasonal menus with rotating items, and they're open on all holidays, so no matter what, you can get your steak at STK. It's dinner with a vibe. Denver has a DJ every night, and they have private dining spaces for corporate events or social celebrations. So you can get in with STK today and get yourself a delicious meal. Make a reservation or learn more at stksteakhouse.com. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, continuing down the list. We got Vakanainen at 16. Hitting 15, I have a couple of forwards here that I don't know are realistic or good, but guys I was interested in.
Oh?
Michael Bunting and Ryan Strome.
That's amazing. I have Michael Bunting at 15 as well.
Crazy.
Michael Bunting was, I think I had him at around like 13.
Okay, all right. So maybe not as crazy as I thought.
12, yeah.
But part of the conversation
Really
with Michael Bunting is maybe the Avs need to go out and get a crazy guy. Because Michael Bunting is a psycho.
You talk about grit. You talk about somebody needing to add some of that to maybe the bottom 6. Michael Bunting is fun to watch in that regard.
Yeah, he's a blast. I do wonder if Toronto would be asking the moon for that guy. Price might be unrealistic for Colorado, given the role he would play on the team. Did I say? Yeah, I said Toronto, where he used to play. Nashville now. Well, there'll be a lot of conversations about how expensive everything out of Nashville is going to be for Colorado to try and get on this show, I imagine. But could be another guy that falls into that. And then Ryan Strome is a guy that I have loved for a long time who has never made any sense for Colorado. But, you know, he's been a healthy scratch in Anaheim, just someone that could be available.
I will say my big thing with Strome is he can't skate.
Yeah. Like I said, never made any sense for Colorado. But
that guy... We saw with Casey Middlestat how hard that is.
Yep.
For guys that just cannot get up and down the ice to fit into how the Avalanche want to play. So I'll veto that. I'll veto Strome.
I expected that to get vetoed. Yeah.
Just a total misfit, but it sure sounds like Michael Bunting at 15 is an easy sell for us.
Yeah, lock that one. Lock that one in.
Write that down.
The Krabby Patty theorem we're trying to build on this show right now. All right. After this, I mostly get into centers, other than a couple of wing guys I want to talk about a little bit later. But who's next on your list, AJ?
I will just to the point that somebody brought up in our Toyota chat there. He only has 14 penalty minutes this year. So his penalty problem has gone way down since his Toronto-Pittsburgh days, which was it was a real concern, but he's nuts. So I love that about him.
You love him only good enough to put him at 15, though. So there's some guys you love more.
Yeah, well, there are wings that I think are a better fit. And at the $4.5 million, he's a little expensive.
Yeah,
and at the moment, just a little redundant to Ross Colton and an expiring deal. So they would have to re-sign him or let him walk. And so that's the guys that I have that do similar things higher on this list are the one I have valued more just because of the contract.
I think the bunting conversation for me was always one of like, maybe you're also getting rid of a Victor Olofsson to go get this guy. But
yeah, I think you would have to. Keeping Victor Olofsson would not make a lot of sense if you're adding a wing. Mm-hmm. And with the Gerard Kulak swap today, you're no longer in so much need of trying to balance money in whatever deal that you make.
Yep.
That you could add to Olofsson if you wanted, but I just don't know why you would. Right. You've already got kind of an abundance of players that you're not sure what you're going to do with when you get to the postseason, and that's before assuming that Logan O'Connor is healthy. Because if he gets healthy, that glut gets even bigger.
All right. AJ, how far do we have to go up this list before Bailey and I tell you you're not allowed to trade for Evander Kane?
I don't have him on my list at all. From what I've heard, this is not even a thing. I don't know why I keep hearing about Evander Kane in the Avs. It's not something that I've really heard much about. That doesn't obviously mean much. It's just there are so many pockmarks there in the profile that it's for me it's a tough sell.
When looking at a lot of those rumors too, the first two teams to come out about it were Colorado and Dallas too, which speaks to me like you're looking at two of the best teams in the league, obviously maybe looking for something that just, it seems like fishing for something to me. Like, I don't know.
I think it also it's easy to put those teams together, especially with Minnesota in there now, because you know that there's going to be a giant arms race between those three teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As they go punch, counter punch for building their roster up. And the Avs got ahead of it. They made the first move today. And Minnesota, I guess Minnesota got ahead of it with the Quinn Hughes thing.
Yeah.
Bit significant. But yeah, no, I think it's easy to put those teams together and go, oh, they're looking for playoff help. Evander Kane, who's been pretty good in the postseason, which I think would be the only reason that teams would have much of an interest, because otherwise he's been bad in Vancouver this year. He takes way too many penalties. He plays wildly out of control, but he plays with a lot of physicality and he goes hard to the front of the net. Like, there are some classic profiles there. Before you get to any conversations about how you might feel about character, that's a basic profile of him. And I guess I just don't think the Avs are like dying for that guy.
They shouldn't be.
We just talked about.
What is he gonna do? What is like? What does he add to this team that you couldn't go out and get somewhere else?
To be honest, the Kane conversation almost sounded like a crisis moment of, oh, Gabe Landeskog's out again, and they lost their gritty top six forward. But with a healthy Landeskog, I just don't understand where Evander Kane fits in this lineup from a purely hockey perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you put him next to Ross Colton, like we were just talking about with Michael Bunting, it's the same conversation, except Bunting doesn't have any of the major downsides of Evander Kane.
Right.
And money-wise is cheaper. So,
yep.
And is having a better season. Like, there are so many reasons that you would prefer Michael Bunting over Evander Kane. And I had Bunting at 15. Like, Kane just was not going to make it on my list.
All right. I'm imagining we're going to have some longer conversations about our top 10 guys. So if either of you have any guys beyond 10 you're interested on putting on the list, let's get them out there.
I have Sam Carrick next on my list. Another Ranger that I have here. That's a 4C. I know that the Avalanche are interested in him. He's a big body. He plays hard, and he seems to kill the Avs every time they play, so I'm sure they like him more than other teams just based on reputation. It's based on what they've done. Like it's like going out and getting Colton Sissons. This guy kills us. Let's go and get him. He seems sick, right? But Sam Carrick he's good, he's safe, he's reliable. He plays a heavier game. He doesn't provide a lot of offense. He would be locking in Jack Drury into the 3C spot, but I think he makes a lot of sense and is a guy that I know they have interest in.
Okay.
Good with that. I'm curious where you have a guy. I don't know if you'll have him higher or not at all, AJ. But, this depends largely on how the Islanders feel about where they are too. But JGP.
Not on my list because I think they're going for it.
Understandable.
I think they're in it and they want to stay in it. If the Isles were outside, if the Isles were where Ottawa is, swap him and Claude Giroux.
Sure.
And then I guess maybe move JG Pageau up to like 11.
I had him at 13 for the record.
I had him at 11.
Okay. So
yeah,
in that range.
You guys have him on your list. I do not. I'm totally fine with y'all putting with us having him on there. Just the only reason I didn't is just because I think they'll keep him.
Yeah, it can go there with the asterisk of availability. I think is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Can put JGP up there, and then we have a couple more spots outside of the top 10.
Next on all my next guys are fourth line centers. So.
Okay.
We're just like right in this zone here, and we can decide. I've got Michael McCarron, another Nashville Predator, huge, just a massive human being.
Man, yeah.
No offense, reliable, steady, hard to play against, big physical guy, like very not how the Avalanche like to play, but that's either a good thing in that he makes you more well-rounded, or it's a bad thing and he's a literal giant misfit. So. McCarron is a guy that I'm lukewarm on. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
And another one I've got is Teddy Bluger.
I was just about to bring him up.
I had him at 10.
I had him at 11 or 12-ish.
Okay. So Teddy Bluger has I think he's only played 9 games this year for Vancouver.
Yep.
Really solid, reliable defensive center, but with the Canucks. When he's been good, he's been really good and consistently effective. When he's been bad, he's been dog shit. Like there's a lot of variance there, and then the injuries.
I was going to say the injury point to me is the biggest one. If you're looking at stability heading into the next sprint of 2 months here coming up, like that's got to raise some alarms, but. Again, if you're looking at the positive side more than the negative, you move Parker Kelly back to the wing, and you get if you're getting that good out of a Bluger, that's a stable fourth line addition.
The thing about Bluger is he's good enough when healthy that you can put him on a similar par, at least offensive production wise, to Jack Drury, right? Mm-hmm. And that's where you get to talking about it's a 3A 3B more than a 3C 4C type of situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's the upside. He's not as physical as you'd like, but he doesn't shy away from physicality. He's not very big, but he's not very small. He's kind of like the ultimate Jag, right? Like he's like he does a lot of things well, but you don't love his game. The injury thing is a big problem for me just because he's played more than 69 games in a season one time, and it was last year. Like his entire career has been marred by injury issues, and some of that is also going to be like healthy scratches and stuff. When you live on the fringes of a roster, that's life. But when he's in a lineup, very productive, consistently a 20-plus point player, despite missing all of those games every year. And that's a thing that I think makes him awfully intriguing. Face-offs, solid. He's having a bad year right now, but again, he's played 10 games, not 9. He's played 10 games.
Oh,
so
one more game.
I like Teddy Bluger more than David Kampf, his teammate, who I did not have on my list just because I think he sucks and he's very limited. And him looking pretty good at the Olympics didn't do it for me because he also whiffed on an empty net, and that made me mad, so I left him on my list.
All right.
We live on the edges here.
We're all good with Bluger on the list. Give me one more real quick at 11. Either of you.
My last one, I forgot actually 3 more 4Cs that are next on my list here. My next one's Ryan Poehling. This is a guy that Rudo will probably just roll his eyes at. I've liked Ryan Poehling for a long time. Expiring deal out of Anaheim, and Anaheim is one tough to deal with because Pat Verbeek is just a hard personality to grind down, and the other is that they're in a playoff spot and there isn't an obvious candidate that's going to knock them out of it right now. So why would they move him? But if you're going to go and you're going to get absolutely rocked, why not move a fourth line player for some assets? Like, I can understand not moving like star players, but not like hanging on to like the depth guys doesn't make sense to me if you're not ready for that kind of competition yet, which they're not. So I've got Ryan Poehling, face-offs, wins a lot of face-offs, skates really well, really big guy, uses his size well, very good defensive center. One of my favorite defensive centers in the league.
I'm good with it just because I don't have an argument against it, but I do think a lot of guys on our lists or maybe just missed our lists they'd be interesting, but is the team they're playing for have the foresight to move on from a guy when they're in a playoff race, which is a conversation for the majority of the teams in the East, especially, not just Anaheim in the West.
No.
But we can get into those conversations after our second break of the show. We'll get into the top 10 and really start to dig in on some guys we'd like the Avs to target. Let's hear from our sponsors. NHL hockey is back tomorrow, so make sure you're getting in on the betting action with Bet365. They're an official partner of the Colorado Avalanche, and when you sign up today with code DNVR365, put $10 in your account, bet $5 on anything, you'll get $200 in bonus bets to play with. You can throw those down on the Avs or maybe the over, maybe the under. Maybe you think Nathan MacKinnon's going to get the most shots on goal. You can use those bonus bets on that. And in the NHL, they have the early payout offer, so if you pick a team to win and they get up by 3 goals at any point during the game, you get paid out immediately. So you get your payout faster and you don't have to worry about any comebacks. They also have other great offers like bonus bets and boosts. You can boost parlays with their selected bets every single day, every single game, whatever it might be. Bet365 has you covered. So sign up today with that DNVR365 code and bet that $5, win or lose. You don't even have to hit that $5 bet to get the $200 in bonus bets. Of course, when you do gamble with Bet365, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. And once you've won a little bit at Bet365, make sure you're getting yourself into the official vehicle of DNVR, which is Toyota. They're also the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche, and they have a vehicle for everyone, whether it be trucks, SUVs, or sedans. They have you covered, whatever you're looking for. Not just those vehicles, but 17 different vehicles with all or 4-wheel drive available to keep you in control on the roads. Or if you like to go off-roading, you can conquer the trails with a Toyota. And more up my alley is the lower zero-emission vehicles. They make more of those than any other automaker out there. 16 different hybrid vehicles. They even have hybrid trucks like the Tundra iForce Max. That can save you a good amount of money if you have a long commute like I do. So get yourself into one of those at Toyota. You can find them at your local Toyota Front Range stores, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, Toyota, the official vehicle of the DNVR and the Colorado Avalanche. Toyota, let's go places. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche Podcast presented by Bet365. Let me start off our top 10 by throwing you 2 names that are old, potentially washed dudes.
Ah.
Fun.
Steven Stamkos and Braden Shen.
Bailey, who do you have?
I'm not going to lie in saying I also had Shen on my list. Here
Okay,
too.
sell me on it.
My major selling point is I don't think he's that bad, and the Blues just suck.
He's that bad.
Is he good? I'm not going to sit here and pretend he's good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the Avs are going to pine after this guy. I have many, many centers in front of him. But if it comes down to the end of the day and the Blues are trying to give a guy away, could be an option for the Avs at center.
Okay. Bailey?
I am more so looking. I don't know. He's serviceable. I wouldn't necessarily call him washed, but he's certainly serviceable if you're looking for a bottom six addition. Not bad at face-offs, which is one of the bigger things that's kind of drawing me personally.
Sure.
So, like, if you're looking for somebody who's really not gonna completely fall apart in the face-off dot, and you're like, if that's going to be a selling point on some depth, I'm cool.
I have 2, 3, 4 reservations. Wow, that's stacked.
That's
up
a
really
lot of
quickly.
reservations.
The number one reservation is he takes a lot of penalties. He takes a lot of them because he plays with an edge, but he has to walk the edge. If he's constantly over the edge, that hurts the team. So that's one reservation. Second reservation, while he has had a better year this year than last year, it is a very real conversation to wonder if he's washed, if he's bad money at this point, which brings me into my third reservation of $6.5 million for 2 years.
It's too expensive. It's too
Too
expensive. It would have to be retained.
There would need to be some money retained there. My curiosity is, how much are they going to retain? If they retain $3 million and he's a $3.5 million player,
Far much more interesting. Yeah.
My feelings will change. But what do the assets? What is it costing you, assets wise, to get them, to inspire them to want to retain $3 million? Because that's a pretty significant add. And if that's your big move there, if Dallas or Minnesota were to add Braden Shen, how worried would any of us be?
I mean, I think it would make them better, but not by a lot.
Because right now he's on a 35-point pace, which is fine for a 3C, but again, very expensive, and you're going to have to pay a lot of assets for that. Is it better off now? Great locker room guy, great intangibles, great attitude. He's very, very well liked by players. Multiple Avalanche players really like him. If you're going to give up all those assets for this guy, what are you really getting? Like what is, just how good of a player are you actually getting at this point in his career? And that's, I don't have a confident answer.
Look, I
don't
feel
feel
comfortable
confident
betting
enough to
the
make that.
environment in Colorado would help him some.
I do agree.
But
I think his results would be better as a 3C than
yeah,
the 2C-ish that he's had to be in St. Louis at times.
So Bailey, you had him on the list too?
I did.
Can we sneak him in at 10 then?
I'm fine with him being on the list more so than Steven Stamkos.
I'm also okay with that. Because
Cool.
Stamkos, despite his goal scoring this year, I truly believe is washed.
Yep.
All right. We've tricked AJ into putting Braden Shen at 10.
This is going to frustrate me when I have to write this thing in the next
Yeah.
couple of days, and I get to 10 and I go, oh, I forgot about this.
All right, Braden Shen, I hate this guy, but here he is at 10.
Yeah.
All right, who are you going to trick us into, AJ?
Like the edge and the attitude are all good.
It makes sense.
Right.
Again, you're walking the line between you can't be Miles Wood, but a little edge does seem like something the Avs need in their depth. So
Yeah. The next guy on my list is actually pretty funny. If you guys were around for last year's trade deadline, you'll remember how much I hated this dude. But he's actually been pretty good in Toronto. So
I hate you so much right now.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say Scott Laughton is somebody that I'm gonna consider strictly as a 3C. He's actually, again, he's been good in Toronto. He's really well liked. He's a really good locker room guy. He's an expiring contract, so if it doesn't work, you wash your hands of it. There's a lot to like. He's really physical. He plays with a serious edge. A lot of the same things that you're talking about with Braden Shen, except he's actually having a good year, and it doesn't cost you nearly as much money-wise.
Here's what I would really like about Scott Laughton in the Avs bottom six is he has that Logan O'Connor factor. He's got the motor to where if you put him in the Avs bottom six and he's just go, 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 and you get Logan O'Connor back and Gavin Brindley's in that conversation and you have a Ross Colton, all of a sudden you have a swarm of bees in your bottom six that just does not stop bothering the other team. And it becomes really hard to play against.
And another guy that's good on the PK.
I was going to say, not just PK too, but you're talking about, some of the fourth line production we've seen this season. I mean, Parker Kelly's having a great year. But you're talking about a guy in Scott Laughton who's got 8 goals. As a player like that. We're talking about him, being that defensive factor too. 8 goals is no slouch for the fourth line role he's playing.
3 assists is a problem, but
that doesn't matter. Shh.
But
8 goals.
And again, with Drury being there, you could decide which one is your 3 and 4. There isn't. I don't think it would be clear cut like it would be with some of these other, like Bluger and McCarron and some of these other guys. Like you're like that's a 4C. Set and forget. I'm done. We're not talking about this anymore. But Laughton would be reasonable to wonder if what utilization would look like with him. But I got to give him credit. He's been really good for the Maple Leafs this year. The production's obviously not great, but I've liked his game a lot more. Good on faceoffs. He's at a really high number on faceoffs this year. Just gives you more of the things that you like. And again, expiring contract. So if it doesn't work, you're okay. You're not. It's not.
Didn't lock yourself
saddled.
in.
Yeah, it's not Braden Shen like where you're like, ugh, what do we do here? You're not paying a first round pick to get out of the second year of Ryan Johansson's deal kind of thing. So I for me, there's value in getting that rental for that reason. You've got 20 games to figure out if this guy works for you. The problem is he wasn't very good for Toronto in the 20 games that he was a deadline rental last year. So if you go and do it, you don't feel confident that he can. You don't have another year already on the books for him to settle in and actually do it. So he's got to be able to do it right away. But I like the player enough this year, this time around. The skill level I think is still bad. I'm still closer to the he sucks camp, but full respect to the year that he's had and can see the vision of where he would fit with the Avalanche.
You do not have to convince me to put Scott Laughton in the top 10. I'm good.
Wow. All right.
All this selling prepared.
I have really appreciated chat finding the humor in this.
All right. Laughton at 9. Bailey, do you have someone next on your list?
I'm trying to figure out how, because I'm sitting here rethinking my list. This is ADHD brain going at full speed, by the way. How do you guys feel about Cody Glass? He was somebody in chat mentioned.
It's really weird you ask me that, because during our first ad break of the show, I was looking him up going, how do I feel about Cody Glass? And it's the same that I think I've always felt about Cody Glass, which is, damn, he should have been good It's too bad he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think about like cheaper additions. He's got one more year
Definitely.
left on his contract at this point, and if my biggest focus with a list like this is depth, something that team is very focused on. And as far as depth goes, like I mean, I look at somebody who's on the younger side of things who maybe could have a little upside on the Avs.
So Glass is interesting, but I think for me he falls into it's 11:45 on trade deadline day and you haven't found anyone else category.
Fair. Valid.
Just in the sense of where the Avs are as an organization. They're looking for stability. They're looking for experienced guys. They're looking for less upside in the future and more what can you give me right now today to win a Stanley Cup at the deadline. And there's a world where you get Cody Glass and he finally reaches that upside that everyone's talked about his whole career. I don't think it's very likely, but it could happen. And if you do that, you look like a friggin' genius. But am I willing to take that risk? Not for me.
It's funny you say that about you get to 11:45 and like nothing else is panned out and all that. That's how he became a Devil.
True.
He was their backup option last year after the Avs and Devils weren't able to find a Casey Middlestat deal. The Avs landed on Charlie Coyle instead, and they immediately pivoted to Cody Glass right before the deadline. I wouldn't even say lukewarm. He's really just not my speed. He's not my kind of guy. But I don't really have like a strong objection to it because we're talking about all these different guys. I think the only question I would have is why is Jersey moving him? I know that they might want to retool, they want to move some money around, but he's just not a problem for him. He's 26, he makes $2.5 million, and he's only signed through next year, so I think they can just live with it. But if they were serious about moving him, I mean, I'm not going to hate it.
I don't know. I think about roles too, and you're another PK guy, another option for the Avs there too. So
you look at, he's had the best all around year of his career this season.
Yep.
So you're buying
reclamation project,
right? I mean, you're buying the rise. Like
yeah.
This is like getting in on GameStop like 3 days after Roaring Kitty told you to. Like you could be in the money here, getting a guy that's just going to hit his prime, probably not going to live up to his like full on potential, but it's not hard to look at and see where this could be a similar deal as to what Jared McCann was with
Seattle,
Pittsburgh.
sure.
Yeah. You know, where he was that first round pick that they really liked him, and then what do we get?
It took a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what day it is?
No.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what that means? It's Taco Tuesday. It's at our last sponsorship break of the show.
Taco Tuesday! Let's go. Taco Bell at it again with their best innovation. They're bringing that yummy, savory, slow-roasted chicken inside a cult classic with their new limited time, folks, chicken bacon ranch street chalupas.
Do you want some sauce?
I was gonna say we're street guys, but then I almost said we're for the streets. Let's not go there, but we love some good street food, and Taco Bell at it again. That hit, huh? That started the process for you. That's good. I'm glad. We've got some bacon in here. We've got some chicken. Got a little pico, little onions, and some yummy, what is it? Avocado ranch?
Yeah. For me, it's like the melted, like crispy cheese on the side.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Wow. What a banger.
They did it again?
With some fire sauce. Get it now while supplies last. We love you. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Final period of the DNVR Avalanche Podcast presented by Bet365. Are we leaving Charlie Coyle, or rather, not Charlie Coyle, Cody Glass off the list? Or are we sneaking him on there?
Can we put a pin in him?
Yeah.
Because I'm not I'm not going to fully say I veto it. I'm open to it, just depending on who else we have.
Sure.
No, I'm completely open to this. I was also too like, if he moves down the list based on what we've already formulated so far, doesn't make it. You're not breaking my heart. So
Yeah, if we
Just
kick
a thought.
Matthew Robertson off the list for Cody Glass, I will sleep fine.
take off Braden Shen.
Anywhere in the bottom 5, I'm good with Cody Glass, to be honest. But we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
You mentioned Charlie Coyle. I mentioned him erroneously just now. Should the Avs go back to the well?
I
don't
lean
have
on
him
no
my
for
list.
this. He is somebody that
Yeah.
did not make my
I
list.
think that's perfectly fine.
you
It's both. You're gonna pay because he's had such a good year with Columbus, but you're doing it knowing that on your team in the postseason last year, he was terrible.
Yep. It's a hard sell.
yeah.
That's,
I just
and
think
that's the biggest problem for me.
Yeah, the Charlie Coyle experiment for me is over, and I understand like there's a short sample size to deal with here.
Yeah.
Like there's not a whole lot of adjustments to systems take time. I understand that, and the system that the Avs play with is one that can be very difficult to adjust to. Charlie Coyle had his moments, but I don't know as though it really moves the needle at all for what Colorado's trying to do with what we know works in Colorado, where at this point doesn't work.
Well, right. There's so many guys on this list that we've already talked about. We're like, oh, you put him in Colorado, and we think there'll be an increase in his play. And you have a already created sample size of, oh, you put Charlie Coyle in Colorado, and it really didn't work when it mattered. Like,
No,
When it mattered, because the regular season he was good.
Yeah.
And we were all excited. But then the postseason, it just went so poorly that it's like, I don't know that I want to revisit it. And you're probably going to have to get into a bidding war for him because, again, he's been very good for Columbus. That makes me a little bit nervous.
I worry-
I'm just kind of...
I worry about the ask there too, because you
Sure.
look at what the Avs got for him in return, and the upside that has been Gavin Brindley, and what's to stop them from saying like, hey, he's thrived here.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little mini swap here and
No,
try to
you can't
figure
have him
that out.
back.
No, not allowed.
I think it's just tough because the Avs already have guys. As good as we feel about Marty Necas right now, can he do it in the playoffs? Someone like Brock Nelson probably deserved better in the playoffs last year, hit 1 million posts. But now the answer is, can he get it done in the playoffs for the Avs?
Yeah.
Can you really add another guy where you're asking, well, he hasn't really done it in the playoffs for us and we need him to?
And that might be my if I were to have a devil's advocate type answer for Charlie Coyle, that would probably be it, is he's not the only one who struggled.
That's true.
So what's to say there's a different sort of mindset with on this roster this year? Like, what's to stop Charlie Coyle from taking that on? And he was there at the end of the postseason for the Avs. Like, he knows that defeat as well as anybody else in that room.
Look, I'm not a NHL athlete. I don't have that type of drive in my body. But if I was Charlie Coyle and they were like, you have to go have Nathan McKinnon yell at you again, I'd be like, I'm good, man.
Nah.
Like,
This is right after he was handed a stuffed animal at the Olympics and looked like he wanted to kill someone. No, thank you.
Imagine McKinnon keeps that, and the next time a teammate makes him super mad, he just puts that stuffed animal in their locker.
here you go, buddy.
If the head is
or
not
else.
missing already off of that thing.
Yeah, maybe that's a better, adding the beheaded stuffed animal. Put that in their locker and be like, you want to start playing better? You want to start doing your job? Huh?
No, this is you, buddy.
All
What a
right.
psycho.
We're already going to go deep into overtime. We need to keep it moving here. Who else we got on these lists?
My next on my list, I have Jason Dickinson.
Oh,
This
he was on
is
mine too.
Once again, no surprise to Rudo, as I've been advocating for this
Yep.
for years.
Yep.
The big thing with Dickinson, and it's less of an issue now because they have the cap space, the $4 million was going to be tough, even even if Chicago retained half of it and it got down to $2 million, that's a lot of money for a very limited player in Dickinson, but very reliable. Just a good fourth line center. Like that's all it is. He's got 13 points in 43 games. You're not getting very much offense. He's a 20-point guy. Like it's just, it's very blah. But he's just a guy that I like. He does everything right. He's professional. He's very well respected. Like, great.
If you both have him, I'm not going to fight you on him. I would say entirely uninterested if you're not getting that retention.
Yep.
Agreed.
No, that's valid.
I would completely agree.
All right. Fair enough. Jason Dickinson can go at 8. Do you guys... I'll ask it this way. How many non-centers do you have left on your lists?
I've got 4 left.
4? That's a lot.
Yeah.
I have 2.
I've got 3.
All right. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do have 3. I missed one.
Okay.
I mean, 1 through 3 are all centers for me.
Same.
Yep.
4, 5, and 6 are all wings. And I don't have a 7 because you guys already canceled mine, but that's okay.
Dang, who was your 7 that we said no to?
I'm fully expecting Glass to be canceled too.
Well, I mean-
so like if we
My 7 was actually Braden Shen, but we moved him down to 10, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My 6, the mystery man Fagelli himself, Warren Fogle.
Yeah. I have him at 8.
So in this range.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Warren Fogle. I've always loved Warren Fogle. And with the extra cap space that they opened up today, I'm a lot more comfortable taking on that money. Because that was a big part of my hesitation is the 3.25 for next year as well makes me a little uncomfortable. But the Avs opened up enough space today that I'm pretty comfortable with Warren Fogle.
Yeah. I mean, the gap between him and the real wing I want is pretty significant for me, but Fogle is the type of player you can drop into a lineup and you don't really have any worries about, right? You know he'll get in there and just do his thing for Colorado and it'll be a good fit because he'll just work hard enough to make it a good fit.
Yeah.
What I think I do appreciate for him is he may not have all that many goals, but I think as far as a production standpoint, looking at where he's scoring, he can score from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
Too.
He has goal scoring ability.
I think there's maybe some upside in that here if you put him on a team like Colorado where he could really thrive. I've always really liked his skating too. Like that for me has been the biggest
He's a good
drive.
skater.
Really, really good skater.
Yeah. He would fit the Avalanche style perfectly. And the second best skating wing on this list by the end of it, because I know where we're headed. Warren Fogle, the reason why he's getting healthy scratched, as Bailey mentioned, his production is cratered. He had 46 points last year, 24 goals. That's going to be a little too rich, even for him. Like, we're expecting there to be a little bit of regression. He has 6 goals and 2 assists in 43 games. He's been getting healthied. So I went and checked because I got done writing about him a couple hours ago, right before they made the deal. And his on-ice shooting percentage is 5, which is
unsustainably low. Yeah.
By far the lowest on-ice shooting percentage in his career. Not his shooting percentage, his on-ice shooting percentage. So the Kings are driving plenty of play. They're just not converting on anything while he's out there. He's just getting a little bit snake bit by the percentages because he's on the right side of the puck still far more often than not. This is also the first year of his career since he became an NHL regular that he's on the wrong side of the relative stats to his teammates. He's always been on the right side of them. This is the first year he's not. We saw the same exact thing happen with Phil Deneau and then he went to Montreal. And he hasn't like killed it, but Phil Deneau's been fine with that with the Canadiens.
Nowhere near as bad as he was in LA, at very least.
Exactly. And I'm very, very easily convinced that this is an LA problem. This is just a temporary thing, that wherever Warren Fogle lands, he's going to be a really good, solid depth guy. And frankly, the idea of putting him next to Ross Colton on a third line is
Nasty.
delicious. Delicious. I am all about that. I think Warren Fogle rocks.
All right. Well, we can put Fogle at 7 just because we need to move with some pace here as we're headed into overtime on the DNVR.com. The conversation continues. We do have some time. Nobody's after us, though, so we can get into this top 6.
Good.
All right. Our top 3 all centers, I assume?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
The 2 wingers I still have are Blake Coleman and Bobby McMahon.
Yeah. I've got more than that, but yeah.
I mean, who else you got? Let's have the winger conversation.
The other winger that I have on there is Boone Jenner.
Okay.
Okay.
Extremely high event player this season.
Yep.
He's always been really good at driving play, but he's so bad defensively right now that it's kind of a, do you want to do this? Do you need to do this? Do you need to get a guy that gives you a little bit of a Miles Wood feel where he drives the crap out of offense, but he's real bad defensively, which doesn't really match his reputation, which is I'm willing to buy that it's not real relative to his entire career. He's not a center anymore. So I don't want people to think that this is a center conversation. It's not.
Yeah.
He's not a center anymore. He's a wing. And again, all the intangibles, all the things that you love about some of these other guys, he also brings to the table. Some of the things that you don't love, injuries. He gets hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
And if Columbus is not right there on deadline day, you could see them opening up.
Yeah.
the
Which
trade
I don't
for him. And
I don't know.
have those
Is
seconds back.
like I love Columbus, and they're like my secret, like I want them to do well type team. I just don't see them getting to that point this season. I really like Budenjenners. Like you're talking about a production guy who really could benefit from an Avs system. I mean, insane playmaker, 19 assists on this
He'd be a
season.
very good fit. He'd be a very good fit.
What Jenner comes down to for me is balance of your lineup. If you look at our list and you're targeting some of these 4C type of guys, the more stable defensive acumen type of center, if that's who the Avs are going out and getting, I think you can balance that with a Boone Jenner type. If the Avs are going out and getting a more aggressive center, Cody Glass, someone that you're trying to get more offensive production out of, I think Boone Jenner starts to make a lot less sense.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Jenner is the I want to see what's happening around him type of guy.
Yeah.
Whereas like Warren Fogel's like, go and get him, and whatever you do around him, you do around him.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair point that Jenner is a.
This is like if all of the puzzle pieces fit perfectly and kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Okay. Then we have Bobby McMahon, who I absolutely love, and Blake Coleman, who I know AJ's all about.
Yeah, I have them at 4-5.
I do as well. So are we good with Jenner at 6 then?
Before we go Jenner at 6, Eric Howla, obviously. Like, I've been waiting. Eric Howla, obviously, is on my list. I have him at 6. This is an actual 3C. He's got 29 points this year in 57 games. We just saw him be really good at the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's good at face-offs. He plays the Avalanche style. He hits, not a ton, but he hits. He can help your PK. He can do so many different things for you. He's just a really solid all-around addition, and he should be relatively cheap, both contract and in trade. Just a good fit. You're not committed to him long-term. This is an easy for me, Eric Howla. I would very much like on our list.
I say begrudgingly, I'm okay with that.
I don't know if I'd have him as high as 6. And I'm certainly not taking any of the guys we're about to say off the list. But
Well, I have 5 guys. I have 5 guys ahead of him, so I have him at 6. We're at 6.
that's fine. But I also think we might need to bump some guys if you want to have Boone Jenner on this list.
I'm good leaving Boone off because of some of our criticisms of him. Or we do what we're going to do with Cody Glass and we bump off Matthew Robertson and Joel Hanley.
I'm fine with that, to be honest. If you want to add Jenner and Cody Glass at the bottom for our bottom 2.
Okay.
Either way.
Fine by me.
All right. I'm just sending it to Tiff.
Cool.
And then, so 6, Eric Howla.
Again, I would have him lower, but I would have him on the list.
Okay.
So for ease of use, I'm fine with putting him at 6, so we don't have to start moving every single player on this list around.
Yeah. Just for Tiff's sanity, I'm good
Yeah.
with this.
It's fine.
Dude,
Right.
look,
We've officially made Bailey angry about a list on the
fine,
show.
It's fine.
That's how you know you're really part of DNVR.
She got Cody Glass.
She did get Cody Glass.
I did.
There is a give and take
We're
there.
upside.
All right, so Coleman and McMahon 5-4.
Yeah, that's actually the order that I have. Coleman at 5, McMahon at 4.
Same. We're good there.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. I'm assuming we all have some combination of Kadri, Trocheck, and O'Reilly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a question of what
Yep.
order did we put them in?
Yeah. That's the order I put him in. The one that you just said. I have Kadri at 3, Trocheck at 2, and O'Reilly at 1.
Yeah, that's fair. The only reason, like, just because of news that is coming out recently, I'd almost put O'Reilly at 3. And that's not for, like, I think he'd be a great fit on the Avs. I'm just very hesitant now as to whether or not Nashville will actually move him.
I mean, there are issues with Trocheck on that front, too.
This is true.
Yeah. Yeah, and frankly, Bailey, obviously you weren't here for this last year, but this is why we had Brock Nelson at 6 on our board last year, was because we didn't think he was going to come to Colorado, and we were pretty convinced that he's going to walk in free agency, so that dinged our valuation of him a little bit. So, what do we do with 2 of those guys,
I'm
though?
cool with
O'Reilly
putting
doesn't
him
want to do it, and
Yeah.
Trocheck wants to stay out east.
That's why, like, if I'm looking at it from a 3-2-1 scale, it sounds like Trocheck's willing to move, just not out west. And like the way that I structure that is like, if O'Reilly's not going to move, period. Again, great addition, but if he's not going to move, period, why am I going to put him at the top of my list?
Yeah. All right, so O'Reilly at 3.
I mean, my 1, 2, 3 was identical to AJ's for what that's worth.
We can put him at 1. I'm fine with that. Again, great addition, but
I like O'Reilly at 3 because there is a lot more confidence that both Kadri and Trocheck do actually move.
That's the one thing, especially with Kadri. Certainly sounds like he's open to moving. Does that end up being Dallas? Does it end up being Minnesota?
Right,
Does it end up
right,
being
right.
Colorado? It feels like one of these teams in the Central is going to end up with some version of Nazem Kadri.
yep.
I'm willing to move Kadri up the list for that, for sure. It sounds like O'Reilly is the least likely to get moved of the 3. So if we are waiting that, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right. So O'Reilly 3,
Trocheck 2.
2, Kadri 1, or Kadri 2, Trocheck 1?
I'm cool
Kadri
with
can be
Kadri
1.
at 1.
All right. Kadri at 1 will get everybody fired up. I'm down with it.
Yeah. And really, this is like, if we did this in a pyramid, it would be...
They'd all be in the same tier, yeah.
Yeah, these 3 would be at the top, and then it would be like the next, like, 4 or 5 guys, and then, so on and so forth.
The 3 Cs, the wingers, the 4 Cs, the 7 Ds. That's our...
Yeah. It's a good pyramid. We should make that pyramid.
I'm down. I'm down for that. That makes our top 20 trade board list. Did we do good? Did we do bad? Put your trade wants in the comments. Any final thoughts from us before we get out of here?
Yeah,
Cody Glass.
Can I just a couple of the people that people from the Toyota chat were asking questions about Morgan Frost. I didn't have him on there because there's a heart problem, and I don't mean that in a medical sense. I mean that in a he doesn't give a shit about winning sense. And Noah Cates, I would have had very high on this list.
No way,
but it doesn't sound like the Flyers.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like the Flyers want to move anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if I thought the Flyers were in more of a seller mode, there would be a handful of Flyers on this list. So that's where we're at.
That's the hard balance. There's plenty of guys you want. They just might not be available.
Yep.
So
yeah,
you got to make it work at the trade deadline. We will see what the Avs do. Roast my roster this Friday. People have been asking me about it. This Friday, it's happening. Use Puckpedia, use their GM tools, create a roster. Make sure you put DNVR in the title of your roster when you post it so we know to check it. We'll look through them over the next couple of days, and then we'll roast you on Friday. So make sure you start getting those in. Maybe just fool around today. I would say submit them tomorrow or Thursday would be your best bet. But be ready. Be ready to submit those rosters. That's going to do it. Unless you guys want to shout out anything else. No? All right. We appreciate all y'all hanging out. As always, we will be back tomorrow for finally an Avalanche game day. Pre-game, watch along, post-game. You know where to find us. This has been the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, presented by Bet365.
We all silly like the mayor.